Trust is the foundation upon which every relationship is built. It's like the solid concrete of an American highway, strong, reliable, and designed to carry you forward. But what happens when that trust is shattered? Today, I'm here to talk about those critical moments when forgiveness and second chances no longer serve you. Inspired by the insights of Jordan Peterson and driven by the values of self-respect and personal responsibility that we hold dear in this country, I want to share with you 5 things your partner might do that should make you stop. Take a long, hard look in the mirror and say, I deserve better. This isn't just another pep talk. It's a call to action for anyone who's ever felt less than valued. So let's dive in. 1. Repeated lying. When the bridge of trust crumbles, imagine building a bridge, a magnificent structure that connects 2 bustling cities. Each honest word you share is like a solid beam, reinforcing that bridge. Now picture that every lie your partner tells is like a crack in that beam. At first, a single crack might seem insignificant, something that can be patched up with a promise or an apology. But when lies keep coming, those cracks widen until the bridge is riddled with gaps, unable to support the weight of your shared dreams. For many of us, trust is more than just an abstract idea. It's the promise that the person we love will respect our values and honor the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. In America, where our culture prizes honesty and integrity, repeated lying isn't just a personal failing. It's a betrayal of a shared commitment. Whether it's small white lies that add up or major deceptions that undermine the very essence of your bond, each lie chips away at the secure foundation you once believed in. If you find yourself constantly questioning what's real, doubting every word, and feeling as if you're living on unstable ground, it might be time to recognize that the trust between you has been compromised beyond repair. You deserve a relationship where honesty isn't optional, but the very air you breathe. 2. Physical or emotional abuse, when love becomes a battlefield. There's an old saying in America, love should never hurt. And it's true. A relationship should be a sanctuary, a safe haven where both partners can grow, thrive, and pursue the American dream without fear. Yet, for many, love has become a battleground where physical or emotional abuse takes center stage. Abuse is not an accident or a momentary lapse. It's a deliberate act that diminishes your self-worth and erodes the very essence of who you are. Picture your life as a vast, open American prairie. It's full of potential, beauty, and endless horizons. Now imagine that someone you love decides to plant barbed wire across that open land, slowly constricting your freedom and choking your spirit. Physical abuse, visible bruises, scars, and pain, leaves marks on your body. Emotional abuse, though invisible, can be just as devastating. The constant put-downs, the manipulative behavior, and the erosion of your self-esteem. In both cases, the damage is real, and it's something you should never be expected to endure. In the USA, where the values of personal freedom and respect are held in the highest regard, no one should be subjected to a relationship that feels like a prison or a battlefield. When abuse enters the picture, it isn't a temporary setback. It's a sign that you deserve to step away, reclaim your power, and live life on your own terms. 3. Public humiliation, when your dignity is put on display. We all crave respect and validation. From high school pep rallies to boardrooms in New York City, Our self-esteem is often built on the recognition we receive from others. But imagine having your most vulnerable moments paraded in front of an audience, not to uplift you, but to tear you down. Public humiliation is one of the most painful blows to your self-respect. Consider the scenario of a major American sports event. The stadium is packed, the crowd is roaring, and then, in a moment, meant to inspire unity and pride, one person chooses to embarrass you instead. The impact isn't just fleeting embarrassment, it's a lasting scar on your dignity. When your partner intentionally humiliates you in public, whether at family gatherings, social events, or even online, it's a calculated act of control and disrespect. It sends a message that your feelings, your vulnerabilities, and your very identity are disposable in their eyes. In our culture, where the idea of keeping face and maintaining personal honor is deeply ingrained, no one should be made to feel inferior by the person who is supposed to be your rock. Public humiliation is not a mistake. It's a declaration that your worth is not respected. When that happens, it's a signal that the relationship isn't built on mutual admiration, but on a skewed power dynamic that only leads to lasting emotional wounds. Fourth, repeated infidelity. When commitment becomes a broken promise. The wedding ring, the white picket fence, the promise of forever. These symbols of commitment are woven deeply into the fabric of the American dream. But what happens when that promise is repeatedly broken? Infidelity is more than just a physical betrayal. It's a profound disrespect for the commitment you both once made. Think about it like this. Trust in a relationship is like the sturdy foundation of an old historic building in Boston. It's what holds everything together. The first time infidelity occurs, it might feel like a crack, a painful reminder that perfection is unattainable. But when infidelity becomes a pattern, those cracks multiply until the entire foundation is compromised. Every instance of betrayal reinforces the idea that your partner's interests lie elsewhere, and that the promises they made were nothing more than empty words. For many Americans, loyalty is a cornerstone of our values. It's what defines us in the eyes of our friends, family, and community. When repeated infidelity takes place, it's not merely a lapse in judgment. It's a deliberate choice that undermines the very concept of mutual respect and shared dreams. You deserve a partner who honors their commitment, who cherishes your shared vision, and who understands that the bonds of trust are not to be broken lightly. 5. Gaslighting and controlling behavior. When reality is manipulated. In any healthy relationship, communication should be open, honest, and empowering. Yet, there exists a darker side of manipulation, gaslighting and controlling behavior. These tactics are designed to make you doubt your own perceptions, to question your sanity, and to ultimately give up on who you are. Imagine trying to navigate a busy interstate at night. You rely on clear signs, trustworthy signals, and reliable headlights to guide you safely. Now, envision someone intentionally dimming those lights, obscuring the road signs, and causing you to second-guess every turn you take. That's what gaslighting does. It's a slow, insidious process where your partner distorts reality, twists your memories, and convinces you that your feelings and perceptions are wrong. Controlling behavior often goes hand in hand with gaslighting. It might start subtly, questioning who you're spending time with, making decisions on your behalf, or isolating you from friends and family. Before you know it, you're living in a confined space, both physically and emotionally, where every choice is dictated by someone else. This is not love. Love, at its best, is about freedom, mutual respect, and the celebration of individuality. When someone tries to micromanage your life, they're not protecting you. They're limiting you. For the American spirit, which values independence and self-determination, these behaviors are anathema. You deserve a relationship where your voice is heard, your opinions are valued, and your choices are your own. Gaslighting and controlling behavior strip you of your autonomy and distort your reality, leaving scars that can take a lifetime to heal. Recognizing these tactics is the first step toward reclaiming your power and choosing a path that leads to genuine happiness and fulfillment, embracing self-respect and moving forward. At the heart of all these behaviors lies one undeniable truth. You deserve to be treated with respect, honesty, and care. Whether you're in a small town in the Midwest or the bustling streets of Los Angeles, the core values of trust and dignity are universal. Our culture teaches us that every person is worthy of love that uplifts rather than diminishes their spirit. When you allow repeated lies, abuse, humiliation, infidelity, or manipulation to define your relationship, you're not just giving up on your partner, you're giving up on yourself. It's easy to cling to hope, to believe that tomorrow might bring change, but there comes a time when you have to decide that your self-worth is non-negotiable. Walking away isn't about giving up. It's about standing up for who you are and the life you deserve. Think of the American pioneer spirit, the relentless drive to forge a new path even when the odds seem stacked against you. Just as our forefathers braved unknown territories in search of a better life, you too have the right to leave behind what is holding you back. Whether it's the lingering doubts after a barrage of lies or the deep-seated pain from betrayal, every moment spent in a toxic relationship is a moment stolen from your future. The road to recovery, reclaiming your future. Leaving a toxic relationship is not a sign of weakness. It's a testament to your strength and self-respect. In a country where resilience and perseverance are celebrated, taking the step to walk away can be the most empowering decision you ever make. It's about reclaiming your life, your future, and your ability to trust again. As you begin this journey toward recovery, remember that healing is a process. It might start with small steps, reconnecting with old friends, rediscovering hobbies you once loved, or simply taking time to reflect on what truly makes you happy. Surround yourself with those who lift you up, friends, family, mentors, people who remind you of your inherent worth. In America, community is everything. Lean on those who care about you and let them help you rebuild the foundation of trust and self-love that was once so strong. Every scar, every painful memory is a reminder that you have survived and that you are capable of thriving. You deserve a future where your relationships are built on mutual support and genuine care, where every day is a step toward a life that honors your dreams and aspirations. A call to action. Choose yourself. If you recognize these patterns in your relationship, if you find yourself constantly questioning your worth, doubting your reality, or feeling confined by someone else's control, it's time to choose yourself. This is a call to every American who has ever been made to feel less than they truly are. Don't let the echoes of deceit and betrayal define your future. Stand tall, knowing that you deserve a partner who values honesty, cherishes your individuality, and respects your boundaries. Understand that forgiveness has its place, but it isn't a cure-all. When forgiveness is met with repeated deception, the message is clear. You deserve more. In a society that prides itself on resilience and personal freedom, remember that your first commitment should always be to yourself. Reflect on the words of some of our most influential thinkers, who remind us that self-respect is the cornerstone of all meaningful relationships. It's not about holding grudges. It's about knowing your value and never settling for anything less than you deserve. When you choose yourself, you choose a future where every relationship is a source of strength, where you are empowered to be the best version of who you are. Moving beyond the pain. It's natural to feel lost after experiencing betrayal or abuse. The journey to healing can seem daunting, like trying to navigate through a dense forest without a map. But every step you take toward reclaiming your life is a victory. In the United States, where we honor the spirit of reinvention and personal growth, you have the opportunity to rebuild from the ground up. Begin by acknowledging the pain without letting it define you. Recognize that every challenge you faced is a lesson, a reminder of your strength and resilience. Surround yourself with resources that inspire growth, whether it's through therapy, support groups, or even motivational literature that resonates with American ideals of self-reliance. Each day is a new chance to build a future free from the shadows of past betrayals. Remember, your journey isn't about erasing the past. It's about learning from it and moving forward with clarity. Trust, once broken, can be rebuilt, but only when you decide that your peace and happiness are worth more than the remnants of a toxic past. The process may be slow, but each day brings you closer to a life where your relationships are sources of joy, not pain. Final thoughts? Your life, your terms. In the end, the decision to walk away from a partner who repeatedly betrays your trust is one of the bravest acts you can commit to yourself. It's a declaration that you are done making excuses for behavior that undermines your dignity and self-worth. Whether it's the repeated lies that erode your confidence, the abuse that leaves you feeling unsafe, the public humiliation that dents your self-esteem, the repeated infidelity that shatters promises, or the gaslighting that warps your reality, the choice is ultimately yours. This isn't about bitterness or holding on to grudges. It's about recognizing that true love is built on mutual respect and genuine care. A love that lifts you up, not one that drags you down. In a society that values freedom, integrity, and personal growth, you must never settle for anything less than what you deserve. So today, I urge you to stand firm. Embrace the American spirit of resilience, independence, and unwavering self-worth. Let this be the moment when you decide that your life is too valuable to be compromised by someone who refuses to honor the truth and respect your dignity. Choose a future where every day is filled with the promise of honest love, where your dreams are nurtured, and where you are celebrated for who you truly are. The journey ahead may be challenging, but remember this: every step you take toward reclaiming your power is a step toward a brighter, more fulfilling future. Trust in yourself, lean on your community, and never forget that you are worthy of a love that stands strong against every storm. In conclusion, the 5 critical behaviors we discussed today: repeated lying, physical or emotional abuse, public humiliation, repeated infidelity, and gaslighting coupled with controlling behavior are not just red flags. They are the warning signals of a relationship that is no longer worth saving. When these actions become a recurring pattern, it isn't a matter of whether you can fix things. It's a matter of whether you should continue to invest your heart and soul into a partnership that fails to honor the basic tenets of respect and trust.